All righty. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for hopping on for this month's Industry Hour. Today we have Steve Martin with ARC, who's going to talk about tools to enhance efficiency and productivity. This Industry Hour will be recorded and be loaded up to the chapter's website. So feel free to access this after today's webinar and share with your coworkers. If you need anything, you do have the ability to unmute yourself. So at the end, we'll open it up for questions if there are any. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Steve Martin. Thank you.
Good morning, welcome, and I really appreciate you guys attending and giving me some time to just review some of the products that we have to help you guys out on job sites and your offices for our services. So to start, we have a suite of services that are specific for technology. And it doesn't preclude us from helping our customers with everyday printing and copying, because we have 150 locations, 5 in the local region. So as far as who we are, we've been in the business, we've been in the AEC industry for about 100 years. And for the most part, we provide print services, document management services, and construction technology to help the AEC industry be more efficient on the job sites and in their offices. Don't let this slide scare you, because there are a lot of products that we have. And you can see how they're broken out between print services and design and construction. We're not going to go through all of these, and I'm going to try to give you a lot of time back, depending on how many questions you have after the presentation is done. But you can see how we went from just a print and copy company back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s to a host of other services that evolved with the construction industry. So to give you an idea of who we are and where we are, we're throughout the country, and our headquarters are over in California, and we have a very big presence here on the East Coast. Locally, in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, we have 5 offices to serve our customers. We have been around for 100 years doing the same thing for quite some time, but in the past couple of years with COVID, and I'm sure everybody's had to adapt and shift, up until about 2 years ago, 99% of our business was with specifically AEC industry. But because of COVID, we had to adapt ourselves, and our customers helped us do that. Working from home, we had transitioned into a large scanning company, in where we would scan documents to make them available for customers who are working from home, accessing company servers. So you would be able to get the documents that you needed when you needed them and how you needed them, so that you can do your job from a remote location. That kind of spun off into where we had 99% of our business in this industry to about only 2/3, because 1/3 of our business became very large scanning for other organizations throughout other industries. So we have these offices here available for people to do printing, whatever they need to get done, whether it be large format, small format, and we're not just an internet company. What I wanted to go over today is give you a picture of basically a job trailer, because everything that is done in the job trailer is done in the office, and we help develop the job trailers based upon what it is that we can provide to the customers to help increase productivity out in the job site. So how we have evolved with our customer as a vendor provider is simply this. Before people had plotters in their office, they would send their prints out to our repro shop, and we would print them for them. And back in probably the 90s and early 2000s, when equipment started becoming more readily available, customers would get them and print themselves, but use us for overflow. So we were there for when they needed us 100%, and then we were there for when they needed us 50% of the time. And some customers use us 10% of the time, but they know who to use because they know who can get the job done for them. So just like it is for printing, we're scalable for every aspect of our services. And I'm going to go over that in just a few minutes. But in job site, we were mainly used for construction signage, copiers, plotters, and basically that's it. But with the technology services that have really ramped up, we did have the first plan room in 2001, and we allowed our customers to put their, they call it the cloud now, but back then it was basically just on servers in our office. But you would be able to put your jobs up on online, send out bid notifications, and get what you needed, and have your documents tracked and managed by us. With the cloud-based services, it's mostly managed by our customers. We provide the platform for our customers to manage their documents. Instead of in hard copy, you can manage them with your tablet, with smart screens, similar to the smart screen behind me, and get what you need and manage your project in a digital world. So we're going to go through a couple of these services just to kind of hone in on what it is that we provide. And then if you have any questions afterwards, I can definitely help you with that. So for printing, it's simple. We've been doing this through our 150 locations for a very long time and providing digital print services for our customers. From graphics packages, construction, safety signage, environmental and wayfinding graphics. And again, this is for the office or the job site. For Reaper graphics, we have the ability to print as you can see here, we have technical drawings, color graphics. You can see here we have color, black and white, and so forth. Each one of these links that I'm clicking on, just so you know, brings you to our website. And each of these links, if you needed more information, you could click on the downloads and download those brochures to peruse what it is that we have. And if you ever needed to call me, I'll be more than happy to explain the services to you. So if I could find my mouse, here we go. Minimize that. A lot of times I hear a lot of these presentations, and there's a lot of quotes that are out there talking about percentages and so forth. I have slide presentations that are full of them, but I wanted to narrow it down to just one. And this is what it is here. According to the Lira research article, color construction documents, a simple way to reduce cost. The industry estimates that about 10 to 30% of all building projects can be attributed to wasted activities such as scheduled overruns and so forth. That just increases the cost. So if you have $100 million project, you're looking at overruns of $10 to $30 million. That's a lot of money. And the next couple of slides I show are going to show you how you can reduce those costs significantly just by using the digital technology that's out there for the construction industry. So the first one is really simple. When people print their drawings for eons, people chose black and white, because if you had old printers before, old plotters, they printed black and white or color, but the color was very expensive. Since about 5 years ago, HP has come out with a really unique way of helping to reduce the cost of printing by allowing their machines to meter how much ink is used versus just saying, hey, this is color or this is black and white. Because black and white was cheap, color was expensive, because if you went anywhere to get color prints, it was $1 a square foot or maybe $1.50 per square foot, and people just didn't have that in the budget. But with the smart color, you can see here that not only is it more attractive and much simpler, if you see this top right hand photograph, which one would you like to build from? Would you like to build from the black and white drawing where you have to try to figure out which gray lines are yours, or the color drawing? It makes it much more simple and easier to view, to see, to build, and to reduce mistakes. And that goes to every aspect of the project, where you can see some BIM drawings here, and you see the piping and the electrical MEPs for sure. Really take advantage of the color work. Oh, and by the way, the cost difference for this drawing right here, say it was a 24 by 36, the cost difference, instead of being $1 per drawing different, it's more like 20 cents. So it really makes sense to get into printing in color. I urge anyone who's out there who's not doing it yet, take advantage of the ability to help reduce your error rate out on the project. So with smart color brings us to the next slide, and right off the bat, the first thing that screams is BIM. I know that a couple of my customers really take advantage of this, and one in particular is Scott at HB Fraser. He not only reduces his cost, but by using BIM, he fabricates all his materials in his shop, and he doesn't have to bring all the equipment to the job site. So the BIM really helps him become more efficient, not only on the job site, but in the office itself. So BIM has many different parts. One, of course, is clash detection. Does anybody deal with change orders out on the job sites, and how does that affect you guys in the shop? No one out there? Okay. Change orders can be a blessing or a curse. Once you have your bid, you're kind of stuck to that price. But when a change order comes in, as long as it's someone else's issue, I think you have some billable hours there. So it can actually help, your revenue for a project. So in the whole BIM world, we have 3D modeling, we have CAD drafting, we do conversions from PDF to CAD, CAD to BIM, and so forth. 3D modeling is awesome because you have the clash detection. It gives you a really clear picture of what it is that you're building instead of a one-dimensional drawing. The visualization with 3D animations and so forth gives you a really great presentation with customers when it comes to showing them exactly what is going on in the project. With walkthroughs, you can actually walk through the project and show them where their outlets are. You can show them where their light fixtures are, and how they actually look, because you can turn them on and off with visualization. Again, these are available online. If you'd like to take a look at some things, you can do so. And of course, we can always, any of these products, if you wanted to have a more in-depth presentation and demo, we can definitely come out to your office and take care of that for you. 3D printing is pretty simple, okay. Pretty simple. You want to see how your project looks. We can give you a model that shows you the walls, the furniture, anything that you like. And this can be done at almost any scale. But size matters when it comes to putting these together, because the bay for printing is only so large, but we can actually put pieces together and build this. And you can see here where you have a couple different parts. You put them together, you can make a whole layout. But 3D modeling is pretty awesome and has a huge impact when you present something like this to a customer. You can also do this for as long as things need to be connected, because you can't have something floating in air. So if you do want to do a BIM model of a 3D model of electrical, there has to be tags to hold things in place. Drone services, pretty simple. You know, when it comes to drones, everybody's seen them out there. You could do flybys, you could do them indoor. This helps with your walkthroughs and so forth, where you can get every angle of your project with a drone. Laser scanning is something that's pretty key, especially with historical buildings that don't have any historical plans. We can basically go in there and we can take care of giving you 3D models or BIM drawings from just scanning the interior of a building. And it will take care of, you know, all the MEPs and of course, accurate dimensions of the property. So we're zipping along pretty good. It's not going to take up too much time. So one of the big things that we're known for is our project management. I briefly talked about that in the picture of the job trailer. And with project management, we have a team of people who help our customers manage their projects. So Skysite is our product, and we have two parts of it. We have the project side and we have the archive side. The project side basically can manage your documents from the design phase all the way to closeout. Now, that's really important for the GCs, but for subcontractors, how does that fit in? Well, it's simple. You're really only responsible for what it is that you need. And you don't really need very much more than the information and the drawings and so forth that land in your world. So GCs may have one or two or three different products out there that they're using that is really beefed up for doing the entire project. But since everything we do is scalable, you can utilize Skysite projects for your part of the business. You don't have to go out and get a large application. You can just manage this yourself. And if you're responsible for closeouts for your part of the project, this can help you manage that, and you can have closeouts in about 3 days to a week if you have everything managed in Skysite, because we can help you export it right out, get you the information that you need. So it's a really powerful application to help you not only manage the documents, but helps you manage RFIs, punch lists, change orders, the whole 9 yards. It's all automated. So when it comes to an RFI or change order, that process in the world without technology can take a very long time. You know, it's someone from the job trailer goes up to the 3rd floor, they take a picture, they get the drawing, they mark it up, they bring it back to the job trailer, they put it in the back of their truck, they get back to the office. That whole process can take a long time. Now, it's getting faster because more and more companies are going digital, but in the old world, an RFI or change order could take weeks. In the technology world, it can take a day or two, because once you mark this up, as you can see here, you can mark up your drawing, you can send it out to the team, use orders for the architect, orders for the engineer, whoever's involved. They make their changes, they send it back to you. It's a much quicker world. And the faster it goes, the less cost it is for the GCs and subcontractors to build on site. Part of the technology in job trailers, you've probably seen these smart screens, like the one behind me, which is now sleeping. It gives you the ability to, you may have your drawing sets and your stick sets in the trailer, but this really helps you do the collaboration, as you can see here. You have the drawings up here, you can mark them up. This is part of the technology with Skysite or other products out there. You can increase the productivity by working together with the plans in a bigger screen instead of just the plans that you have in front of you. So smart screens are pretty powerful. As far as the sizes, they come anywhere between like 55 and 103, I think is the largest one we have right now. Great for watching basketball for sure. Okay, so the software that we're talking about is Skysite. You can see we have Skysite archives and Skysite projects. The project side is what you're probably going to be using most of the time, and the natural progression is once you're completed with a project, it goes to the archive side. So it is something that helps on the back end. We have to find things afterwards. So archiving is very important, especially if you need to find information. And you can also, when you're looking for information, Skysite gives you the ability to manage your retention policies. So you only want to be responsible for the documents that you're legally bound to for the time that you're legally bound to have them. So Skysite can help you purge the documents you don't need. So the Skysite, which I was talking about before, from the design phase to the closeout phase, we can help you manage everything with those documents with Skysite. The archive side is pretty awesome because we actually just received word that it has more capabilities now. We are now linking with Windows 365 and OneDrive to help manage documents, manage revisions of documents that you would have on your server, such as your documents, or say legal has documents and legal sends out contracts to be signed, and people redline them, they send them back. Well, revision history is taken care of, and you don't have to worry about having document names with 7 different names. It's just one document name with a different iteration that's managed by Skysite. So it's pretty cool. How that works is we can take any document, say it was a Word document, in Skysite, you can host 100 different types of files, even more, whatever they are. It opens up in, if you click on it, it opens up in the native file or application it was made from. And with that, you make your edits and you're good to go. So if we were to go to Skysite real quick. You see here are my collections. These are all the documents I have in my office. I have the NECA folder. I have my documents. I have projects. And here's the project that I have. So you can see how this can look just like your computer. It can look just like your filing cabinet. It could look exactly the way you want it to look, and you have all your documents there to manage. And this is in the cloud instead of being on your server. So just imagine having the ability to, hey, I want to send Rob a link to to this drawing. Oh, I gotta move this out of my way. You know, I just share this with him, send it off to him, and he has 10 days to look at it. And I can manage the expiration date. And this is really, I'm really glad I did this, because a lot of people out there use Box, they use Google Drive and so forth, that don't give you the securities that you need for your drawings, where this is a software that has multiple levels of security permissions for the documents. Did you know that if you send a share link out to someone from Google Drive, it's there until in perpetuity, until you remember to turn it off? Well, I don't have to manage that because it's managed already. As soon as I enter the email address, 10 days, I can change that. I can just click on here, get the calendar, and make it for, say it was a bid, and I'm asking Rob to give me his bid, and the bid is due on, you know, August 1st. Well, I just change that to August 1st or maybe September 1st. So you can manage how that works. And as far as the 365 and managing revisions, here's a document here that this is a demo document. It's got 5 versions to it. And someone had made changes to this. And you can see how these are all the versions. And you can open up each one of these versions to, you know, to use it. Maybe you didn't like the latest version. You can go back to a previous version and send that out. And it manages it for you just by clicking on the document. When I click this, opens it up right in Word because it's a Word document. I can come in here. Whoops, I have to edit it. It's running slow with I'm not going to go through this now. Never mind. I'm not going to waste your time by waiting for a text. But when you go in, it signs you in, it knows who you are. You can edit it. And this, if I made an edit, this would go from 5 to 6. Okay. So it's pretty simple. And it's a really nice way to manage revisions without having demo document /1, demo document /2, /5, /6, /7, or Steve Martin's edit, Rob's edit. It's just all the same. It just names the person who made the edit here, so you can find out who made that edit. So that's the other half of Skysite Archives, where you can have all your archive drawings, and it comes with powerful search capabilities. So for equipment, we talked about that in the beginning with the job trailer. One of my biggest strengths is the ability to help our customers reduce the cost of printing. I know that sounds strange. You know, we want to make as much money as we can, but our customers want to spend less and as little as they can. So we do actually have services to help do that. And that's where our equipment and supplies come in. And for larger organizations, we have large format, we have small format, color, black and white, whatever you need. But for larger customers that have a fleet of equipment, we have something called managed print services, and our application that we use for tracking and helping reduce printing, that we can actually help reduce printing with on-site services and our Abacus software. We can basically give you rules. So every time someone prints, depending on what you want to have reduced, say you want to reduce color printing in the office because people print their emails and emails come out in color because of the little, web addresses, we can force them to go black and white, or we can bring awareness. Hey, you're printing out a 35-page document. It has 20 pages of color in it. Do you want to print it in color? Yes, no. If you say no, it gets redirected automatically to either to the printer that prints black and white, and you can print it for a lot less because color typically costs 6 to 8 times more than black and white. So in that world of copiers and plotters and printing, you know, we're an expert at that. We've been doing that for a very long time. To summarize everything that we talked about today, we have our technical print solutions. These are all the links that we talked about that were pictured and brought you to those locations on our website. Most of these links have downloadable brochures or more information that you can read online. If you have any questions, you can always give us a call. If you're looking to have a deeper presentation on any of these services, a lot of people are looking to get a better understanding of BIM, for sure. Project management, Skysite are big for demos, and we can show you the benefits of those applications there. If you're looking to upgrade your printing fleet, or swap out, or find out how you can reduce your costs, we can help you do that, because we don't have to have the equipment in there ourselves. We can provide the software to help you reduce the amount of printing that you do. So you don't have to buy or rent equipment from us to take advantage of the software that we have. So with that, I want to thank you again for allowing me to take up a little bit of your time today and show you what it is that we can do. If you want to hear more about our services, I'm happy to meet with you guys either in your office or mine. And that wraps it up. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, thank you, Steve. Everybody does have the ability to unmute themselves if there are any questions. Please take note of Steve's contact information in the bottom left corner. Feel free to reach out to Steve directly. And Frank, did you have a question? I see you unmuted your mic.
I was just curious how this integrates. Some of our clients have their own system that they want to run the project with, and it has its own software, like I don't know if you heard of Core or anything like that.
Procore?
Procore, yeah.
Yeah.
Does your software integrate with that, or is it got to be run separately?
So as you can imagine, with a lot of proprietary software, they're not going to turn controls on for you to get into their system and share things back and forth. So that is an issue that a lot of people run into. But it doesn't preclude you from managing your documents through a software that you prefer. Procore is very expensive, and it does just about everything. And one of the issues with doing just about everything is you do some things really well, and there's other things that you don't do so well. We've been managing documents since the inception of our company. I remember back when I started in the industry in 2001, we had a woman, we had a librarian that managed documents, stick sets. The most current set was the most important thing that we had to manage for our customers. And what we did was we took her job, and in 2001, we developed an online plan room that people can use. So we know what we're doing when it comes to managing documents, and we do that better than Procore. Unfortunately, Procore is very involved. It helps with estimating and so forth, and it's got a lot of great advantages. But like I said, it doesn't preclude our customers, especially subcontractors, from straying on their own and bringing the documents from Procore into another application. But the answer to the question is no, it does not integrate with Procore because there's no connectors for that.
Does it integrate with any other, I think it's AutoCAD BIM, I think it's called, or something like that, that we've had a project that we had to do, and they wanted everything done in that so that they could follow all the documentation, drawings, all that stuff, and they required us to basically use that system. Would we be able to, is that the same situation with as Procore?
I don't have the answer to that, Frank. I will get
Okay.
that. I can shoot you an email.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, but typically, um, they don't have the software written to integrate other software. So I'm not going to say it's a hard no. I'm leaning towards no, but I will get that answer for you so that you know clearly.
Okay. It's just that, we're kind of at the,
Yep.
if the client says this is what you got to use, we got to kind of use what they tell us to do the project,
Yeah. In the subcontractor world, it gets very difficult. When you're an architect or an engineer working directly with the owner and construction manager who's brought in early on, for subcontractors, it's a little bit more difficult. You can't steer the customer the way you want. You kind of have to follow along in many cases.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I was just wondering if there was any kind of interface available,
I do want to say that there's no ransom when it comes to what it is that we do. There's other software out there besides Procore that they change the PDFs to proprietary format that when you try to check out permanently, you can't read the drawings. We guarantee you that if you were to have 2 terabytes of information in our servers in the cloud, and you said tomorrow that, you know what, we need all of our stuff because it's all old, we want to take it out and reduce our server size, you can check it out tomorrow. You just hit the download button, it's all yours because it's your stuff. You paid for it to be up there. Now you just take it out. It's in all the original formats, whether it be Word, Excel, PDF, AutoCAD, whatever format it's in, that's how it comes down to you. So there's no cost for you to check out. So it's nice and easy.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, with that, we are going to conclude today's session. I really want to thank Steve again for his time and presentation. This recording will be on the chapter's website, so you'll have access to review it there if you need to circle back. With that being said, thank you everybody, and I hope you all have a great day.